and welcome to Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about challenge groups. For me, this has been probably the most successful part of my business so far, what I've been able to kind of fuel my business with the most, and what I've been able to keep momentum going the whole time. And one reason I've been able to make it successful is because I try and do a really good job within my challenge groups to make it a really awesome experience for my challengers. That way, they'll pass my name along to their friends and their family once their friends and family are seeing changes in them, the way that they look and the way that they feel, and their size is changing and whatnot. So, if I can take care of the people in my challenge groups and make it a really awesome experience, then I can grow my business in the challenge group side of it just because they're going to put in a good word for me and I'm going to be a reference. So, this is some things that I do, just some basics and how I run them. For those of you that are my coaches, you've gone through my challenge group, so some of this stuff isn't going to be new to you. Maybe a refresher in case you've forgotten if it's been a long time. But I do spend a week. I've done from 2 weeks. I've done a week and a half, and right now for probably the last year, I've been doing a week of prep work before I actually start a 30-day challenge. And I spend time going over clean eating and food label reading. I post pictures. I post sample menus, grocery store tips, just all the basic stuff that I use, stuff that I had to learn to be able to incorporate. So I spent a whole week helping them learn, helping them get their own menus organized and ready, their grocery list ready, and giving them time to get their groceries bought so that before the official day one of living it, they feel like they have a plan and they know what they're going to do. Because if they don't feel like they even know what they're supposed to be doing, then they're not going to have success. So I spend a week doing that. Once I get it kicked off, one of the things that I like to do is post a daily devotion. Some people just post daily motivational things, daily challenges, like do 2 sets of 10 burpees and let me know when you're finished. Or post a picture of your favorite clean meal today. And you can do different challenges throughout the day. That's something that you can do to kind of get them interacting, because if you can get a group that interacts well together, they're going to be more successful. They feed off of each other. They just have a much better experience. So whatever it takes to get them to open up, and if you're being transparent and you're opening up to them, sharing your history and what it was like through your challenge and through the months after and whatnot, it'll help them to open up. And then it's just a much better experience overall for everyone involved. So, those are just some of the daily things. I do give away prizes, sometimes just one prize, depending on the group, sometimes more if I need some extra incentive to get people working. This is not anything elaborate. It can be as simple as a $5 gift. If you have at least one or two people in there that have purchased a challenge pack, $5 gift isn't going to set you back so much that it's not worth that investment to make it a better experience for them. So I'll give away a clean eating magazine, or I spend up to $10 sometimes and give away a book, Amazon gift cards. Even a $10 Amazon gift card for a big prize is something that most of my challengers really seem to enjoy and can use. So that's some things that I do. I usually give it based on participation. I just basically say if you keep participating and you keep posting your daily accountability, a breakdown of what you've done for the day, then you're entered in each day. And as long as you're doing that, then your chances are better at getting the prize. Very simple, takes very little work on my part. Some coaches, and I've done this too, it's just a lot of work on my part, and I don't really love doing a lot of behind the scenes work with my kids with me. I try to make them priority, but when I have the time, when the kids are in school and I know I have more time throughout the day, I can do this for a group that's going to be kind of quiet and they need to be pulled out of their shells to get going. You can have kind of a point system. If they'll post a sweaty workout picture, they get 1 point. If they post a clean meal, favorite clean meal for the day, that's 1 point. If they post a nutrition fact or a motivational quote for the day, that's 1 point. And each day they can add up points, and you can give a weekly prize, or after 2 weeks, you can have a set time, just enough time to get them to open up and start working. So that's a good idea that I have utilized, but I don't do it every day throughout the entire month, because that's a lot of adding points and keeping up with people day to day. If I have a group that's pretty full, if I have just 2 or 3, it's not a big deal. And sometimes I need that to get them to open up when there's only 2 or 3 people in there. So that's something that has worked for me that I do use when I need it. So I do, like I said, the daily devotions each day. I love the ones from Made to Crave. I just pulled tidbits from it. I signed up for the free devotions that she sends out for like 21 days, and I pulled tidbits from that. But really anything that's going to inspire them or motivate them, either on a food level or an exercise level or just health level, anything like that, is going to let them see that you're still invested in them, that you're not just there as long as they're posting the accountability, but that you're there still to lead them and to motivate them just a little bit. And here's the thing. The rest of what I want to talk about is how to be efficient in it, because I do not want to sit at the computer every day and come up with authentic information to share with my challengers day after day after day. Because here's the thing. I got some really good content that I have found that works really well and that my challengers enjoy. So why would I not share that information with them? I have every bit of that saved in a file, something that's just very organized. Day 1, day 2, day 3 for my devotions, day 1, day 2, day 3 for facts, motivational pictures, day 1, day 2, day 3. And I've got all of that stuff. So depending on what group I'm working with, I've got every bit of it organized. So I don't have to sit and think or sit and research or try and come up with authentic information. These challengers, especially the ones that's never been in a challenge group before, every bit of this is new information. And I have pulled together some really awesome stuff that I think is great. So why not use that challenge after challenge? And even when I have a previous challenger come back in and do another group with me, they still say they love the devotions and it's such a refresher for them. And they'll still comment on the pictures that I post, even though they've seen them before. They either forget about them or they're just really good. So they like them. So they still will comment and they still get something out of it. So don't feel like you have to be so authentic. Every bit of what I post in the pre-prep work kind of stuff before the challenge, every bit of that is saved in files. I post like 40-something pictures of grocery store trips, either individual grocery items or a collection of several foods that I get, and I have like a caption for every one of them. I am not going to sit and type up captions for all 40 pictures and make it authentic each time. I have 2 screens pulled up at a time, one from a previous group and one from my current group. I copy and paste, click to the next picture, copy and paste. And Facebook allows it to where it stays copied in that little info section. So I'm not even like having to highlight it each time. It stays highlighted for me. So it is literally from screen to screen, and I control P or control V. So that's all I'm doing, one after another. And to get through 40-something pictures, it takes me just a few minutes and I'm done. And that is a ton of information for my challengers. And they love seeing those pictures and reading the captions and getting to know that information. And it was very little work on my part because I stayed organized up front and I saved all that information as I went. Another thing that makes it really efficient, and if you haven't noticed, I post at 5 a.m. I post my video at 5 a.m. If I'm the one posting the assignment for the day instead of Heather, I'm posting it at 5 a.m. because I know some of you guys are early risers. I know some of my challengers are early risers. I am not up at 5 a.m. unless someone in my house is sick. That's the only thing that's going to get me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And even then, I'm not happy and I'm not going to want to work. But I realize that a lot of my challengers, a lot of my coaches, a lot of you guys need that time because you're working. And after your feet hit the floor and you're doing the whole family thing from 6:30 on, then you're not going to be able to check back in until after bedtime when you're already exhausted. So if I can get that posted at 5 o'clock, then great. I am there for you at 5 o'clock while I am asleep in my bed. And I don't want to be up at 5, so Hootsuite does it for me. I use the free version. I have tried the paid one. I just didn't feel like it was beneficial enough for me. I just didn't use it. I know I've touched on this before, but I can sit down before a challenge and I can schedule every single one of my posts. So everything's been posted for me. When I get up in the morning, I've already checked in with my challengers. Even though I've been asleep, I've already checked in with them and given them some motivation for the day. It's free there's a learning curve to it because it's not the most user friendly, but once you get used to it, it's really easy. And so far, it's been 100% dependable. For me, I've never missed a post. It's always posted for me. The only thing is pictures. It posts a little different. It's odd. So I'll go in midday when I'm actually up and going and things have calmed down in my house, and I'll post a motivational picture. So that way I'm kind of engaging with them throughout the day, even though I've only had to actually like sit down at the computer and do something once. I'll check in with my challengers in the morning, and I'll check in with them again before bed, usually from my phone, so I'm not sitting in front of the computer. I can do a quick check, see what they've posted. Anything that was after I went to bed the night before till the next morning, I can post, and then anything that got posted from morning until evening, I can check in with them and correspond with them. I'll check if I have time during the day. I'll check in with them, but I have pretty much a kind of well-oiled machine in how I run challenge groups to where they really are not that time consuming yet. I have invested enough time up front. An hour here, scheduling everything in Hootsuite for an entire month, or, organizing all those files and the pictures and the content up front to where for those 30 days, I'm basically just checking in. I'm spending very few minutes a day with my challengers, except they're getting a ton of information from me, and I'm very hands-on in that aspect. So I think that's about all I have. If you have any questions, let me know, because this is something that I feel very comfortable with, and that I feel like I've kind of gotten into a really good groove. So if I can help you guys in any way, just let me know. Have a great day.